What's up, guys? Have you ever had one of those days where just nothing was going right and then suddenly everything started going right? One of those days. So we came out here to Lonnie Green Park, which is a place I've been many times before, and I've just not had a single bite. And I just got a nibble on a worm, not a live worm, but like a plastic worm. So I downgraded to a little crappie jig on this light tackle rod, which is a 6-pound line, and I just got a gorgeous fish on the line, all but ready to land. I just got to find a way. This wall drops maybe 6 feet, 6.5 feet, so I need to slide him over to the bank and climb down to him. But let me show you guys what I've got. It's just fantastic. I'm so happy to have this fish. Actually, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna try to lift him. I see the hook set. Hook set is so clean. Question is, can this line hold him? Yep, it looks like it can. Very carefully. If he even kicks too hard, he might snap this line. Here we go. Got him. Got him up. Got him up. Look at this. Did not expect to catch this lovely freshwater drum. You see the little jig in the corner of his mouth there? Ah, that is just perfect hook set right there. Let's get that out. These are well worth buying. No, don't want to drop this one. Don't want to drop this one. Hold still, buddy. Hold still, pal. You're all right, buddy. It's the problem with, there we go. I was going to say it's hard to get a hold of some of these little tiny jig heads, but yes. Beautiful fish. Absolutely lovely. Love the colors on these fish. Just a wonderful, wonderful catch. Caught him right up against that wall over there. You're going to have another cast over there for certain. Really gorgeous. You can definitely see the similarities to the black drum. Anyway, he's still kicking, which means it is time to get him back. Just going to gently, there we go, just drop him right off the side there. Oh, yes, okay. Time to get the lure back out. This is what we're fishing with. This little tiny jig head, a little crappie tube is what it's called. And just a white and green 6-pound fluorocarbon. You can hardly see it there. The regular reel and a new rod, just a Daiwa light tackle rod. Perfect for this type of fishing. Really nice action. That was really the first quality fish I've landed on this thing. So I'm quite pleased with it. Temperatures have really dropped. You can see I suddenly got the long sleeves and the jacket on. Cold front came through this morning. I would have to double check, but if I'm not mistaken, I do believe it is the latest cold front to come through in recorded Texas history, at least in a long time. I think the record was like October 13th, and this one is October 15th. So pushing it at the very least, very close. So we caught a fish off the we caught a fish off the bottom here, so now I want to see if we can catch one near the middle or the top of the water column. I did read something in a book. It's a book from the 50s on the art of spinning tackle, which was a big deal in the 50s, so kind of a new idea. And interestingly, I can't remember the name of the author, just well-accomplished fisherman. And he was saying that most fish caught are either at the bottom of the water column or at the top. And he said you don't really ever catch fish in the middle. Now, I don't know how much of that is true. I don't know how much that pertained to the type of fishing he was accustomed to and the fish he was accustomed to. How much of that has been proven false. And that's the thing, fishing, the word fishing, you're talking about such a huge, broad topic. But I thought that was an interesting idea to put forth. I want to make sure to pull it right past all these overhangs and floating mats. Now, if I get snagged up with 6-pound line, that's all she wrote, so I gotta be careful. Yeah, see right there, I'm glad I didn't try to set the hook. For a moment I thought we had a bite, but I could see it bouncing over a log under the water, so. Oh, there's a snake. That is so cool. He's out there. So much action on the surface of the water, and I just can't seem to get anything interested. You know what I think would really serve well out here? At least in theory, is a fly rod with some dry flies on it. But unfortunately, as you can probably hear, we're about 10 feet away from a road, a rather busy one. You've got this here, oh, it's an osprey. You've got this here, the road here, a bridge here. You don't really have a lot of room for your back cast, but I think a dry fly on top of this would just be killer. Lots of logs, or not even logs so much as the long slabs of bark that have come off of logs and trees in the water here. Lots of that just on the bottom. Keep having to bend my hooks back into shape. It's another major bonus of using light tackle. If you get snagged, it's relatively easy to get unsnagged, so long as you're not, you know, really embedded. You bury the hook into something, yeah, you're gonna break off, but you just play it gently. You can usually bend the hook out, pull it free, bend the hook back, keep fishing. Finally, after many casts, took the spoon off and got another fish on, just jigging on the bottom, a little bass. And this is actually what I expected to catch on this originally. Largemouth bass. See that jig in the corner of his mouth there, just perfect. There's lots of these out here. Lots of these, lots of crappie, lots of little perch. And that's the thing about temperature changes. It always affects the bite. Not always in a bad way, but somehow it affects the bite almost 100 out of 100 times. Pretty fish. Nice catch. You know, not a monster, but we're not fishing for monsters. It's light tackle fishing. Little wound on his tail there, you can see. Probably attribute that to one of the many herons that I've seen out here. Just lovely. Let's get him back. There he goes, and just instantly, the moment he hit the water, he just went right under a log. His little safety net there, little safe area. There you have it. I'm telling you guys. You know, I love breaking out big rods, 100-pound line, hooks as big as my hand, baits as big as my head. All that stuff is good fun. But the thing about that is it can wear on you when you don't catch fish. And the bigger your tackle, the less likely you are to catch fish. It's just kind of a rule of thumb with fishing. No matter what you're fishing for, the chances of getting the hook up and landing the fish are smaller. And although this gear is smaller, the chances of actually getting fish on it is much greater. And it is an equal amount of fun. Just really light stuff. I mean, look at this rod. Now, if I bend this rod, you can see just how easily this thing flexes. This is a very light rod. Just makes fishing so much fun. Really a great sport. All right, let's keep at it. I'll have a few more casts before we wrap it up for the day. It's getting dark.